Welcome back everybody, MC here with another video, and today I want to show you guys how to get the DAEDALUS Stormbow in Terraria and to have it at its max strength. The first thing you're going to need is a workbench and a bottle. Second thing you're going to need is some chests, so for that you need wood and iron or lead bars. And third thing you're going to need is a key of light. The first thing I'm going to make, however, is the wooden chests. So I usually make about 3 or 4 of these. The DAEDALUS Stormbow usually has about 25% drop rate. And there's about 4 items that you can get from the mimic that we're going to spawn. I'm going to make a couple of extra this time. The key of light as well, I usually make about 3 or 4 of these. If you want to save your souls of light, you might want to only make 1 at a time and keep coming back if you don't get the DAEDALUS Stormbow drop. So now we have our keys of light and we have our chest. So we're going to go and use them to try and get DAEDALUS Stormbow drop. I'd recommend going to your arena. Go to your arena so that you have plenty of room to fight the mimic that we're about to fight. In this fight, I'm going to be using the Clockwork Assault Rifle. The reason why I'm using such a low level weapon is because that is the item that you would be using in your playthrough. You might be using something a bit stronger, but the weakest item that I'd recommend for the mimic is 100% the Assault Rifle. And if you are looking for something stronger, by all means, definitely use better bullets than what I'm using here. I'm using the endless musket pouch, but that's only because I want to show you guys what it's like, and I won't be using the dragon staff or the Xeno staff. I will have very good accessories, but that's because they don't increase my damage very much. They're only just going to keep me alive while I attempt to show you how to farm mimics. So you put the chest down, you put 1 individual key of light into the chest, and you close your inventory and the mimic will spawn. It's called a hallowed mimic. I'd recommend moving from side to side on the mimic, stay in a straight line and try and watch his movements. Hopefully other opponents won't spawn while you're fighting the hallowed mimic. I actually was under accessorized for this fight, believe it or not, because I didn't have the Shield of Cthulhu. When he goes over your head, I'd recommend dodging aside with the Shield of Cthulhu and getting out of his way. I actually didn't have that feature here, so I got tagged a couple of times. I'm not going to show you the whole fight because I do so little damage here. It's going to take a while, but I would recommend, as I said, use better bullets if you can. And if you are trying to accessorize, try at least to have your worm staff on so he doesn't kill you as quickly. I thought that I'd have 500 health in this fight, so I would be fine, but he actually hit me a few times, and later on you'll see that a bunch of slimes decided to get in the way as well. I actually enjoy fighting hallowed mimics. It's one of my favorite fights in the game because, first of all, I know that I'm farming in my arena and I'm fighting kind of in a safe area, but also I'm fighting for one of the best items in the game, the DAEDALUS Stormbow. And because it's such a great item, I don't mind farming a little bit for it. As you see, we got it in the first mimic, so that's pretty cool, especially if you're making one of these videos. And I'm going to show you what the DAEDALUS Stormbow is like if you use it with normal arrows without actually having it upgraded first. So with normal arrows, the DAEDALUS Stormbow is unimpressive. So now I'm going to show you guys how to get holy arrows. The first thing you want to do is you want to go to the hallowed biome and kill pixies and unicorns. As you can see, I've already killed a unicorn in this footage, and I've also killed a bunch of pixies. You need unicorn horns and you need pixie dust. So what I normally do is I normally create my own little biome in my world so that there's plenty of unicorns spawning in. And in this particular footage, I am going to use my summons and my overpowered weapons so that I don't have you guys watching me play with a Clockwork Assault Rifle versus unicorns and pixies. They're not that difficult, so you guys can kill them yourselves. Just have better bullets than musket pouch and you'll be fine. You don't need to have the dragon staff or the nebula blaze, for example. The reason why my little biome looks a bit messy is because I'm trying to let it spread. Instead of just covering the place in pearlstone blocks, you can let the pearlstone blocks spread with the vines that you see on the left, and if they're hitting the ground underneath, they'll spread down further than just on the surface area. The way to create your own biome is to get 300 pearl stone blocks or any block of any type that you're trying to use, and just place them around in the screen. So there's over 300 blocks on the screen right now, but if I only had 300 blocks, it would still be a hallowed biome. And in the background, as you can see, the hallowed trees, they indicate that you've done it correctly. I usually put it in the normal biome away from corruption, and I usually put it onto the side of a mountain just so it's easier to shoot down onto the unicorns and pixies, and they can't get you as quickly when you're using lower level weapons. I'm just going to continue collecting some more resources on this footage, and lots of pixie dust, of course. And as you will see in a moment, I have pretty much collected all of the unicorn horns that I need. I've currently collected 7 unicorn horns, so that's enough to get us some holy arrows. So next thing you want to do is you want to craft holy arrows. You need to go to the mithril anvil, and you need to bring your unicorn horns and your pixie dust to the mithril anvil. When you get there, you want to use normal wooden arrows, unicorn horns, and pixie dust to create holy arrows. Create as many as you can, and to be honest, you're going to be able to create a lot if you have 7 unicorn horns. It's a very, very large amount, so it'll be perfect. As you can see, I still have some left over, and I can now show you guys what the DAEDALUS Stormbow is capable of. So, as you can see, I'm shooting normal arrows first. If you were to watch closely when they change over to holy arrows, you'll see a huge difference in damage and just pure power. The difference is huge. Holy arrows are so strong with the DAEDALUS Stormbow, you could pretty much kill every boss towards the end game if you know how to use it correctly. Speaking of which, I'm actually going to show you guys in future videos how to use the DAEDALUS Stormbow against certain bosses, particularly the mechanical bosses, and maybe even Plantera and Golem. And I will do a full playthrough of Terraria as well leading up to the 1.4 update, so stay tuned for that. Thank you very much, however, for hanging out with us today. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Make sure you check out our other Terraria videos and other videos on the channel. And thank you very much, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye!